Here's today's In Touch devotion.
Today's scripture reading begins in verse 5 of Matthew chapter 17. While Jesus was still speaking, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and behold, a voice from the cloud said, "This is my beloved Son, with whom I am well pleased. Listen to him." When the disciples heard this, they fell face down to the ground and were terrified. And Jesus came to them and touched them and said, "Get up and do not be afraid."
As Jesus prepared to enter Jerusalem, he knew the days ahead would be challenging for the disciples. He had already told them he'd be arrested and killed and then would rise from the dead. His followers would face costly sacrifices, and the way ahead seemed bleak. Then the Lord was transfigured, and Peter, James, and John saw him in the company of the greatest prophets. Jesus revealed a world where he is king, where all the hope of the Jewish people is fulfilled. The three disciples heard the Heavenly Father affirm Jesus as his beloved Son. The vision was an incredible gift of hope, but it was also overwhelming. Jesus comforted the disciples by saying, "Get up and do not be afraid." These words were reassuring for the present, but also strengthening for the persecution that would come. As we heard in yesterday's devotion, the Transfiguration provided the light they would need for the dark road ahead. Can those of us who are believers live in the same light? Jesus would later comfort his disciples with a further promise, that he would be with them always. Remembering the promise of God's presence helps us endure with hope. We may not face the same persecution the disciples did, but the cost of following Jesus remains high. Focusing on him and the coming kingdom that was revealed in the Transfiguration helps us live without fear.